If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. And with the Premier League kicking off today, I thought it would be rude not to show you what I think is going to happen. My predictions, if you will. Now, I'm going to get most of these wrong, fully aware of that, but I do watch an awful lot of football. I research it heavily. If you watch my Fantasy Premier League video from the other day, you'll know an awful lot about the Football Index, for example. I am heavily invested in that. I love it. I look at stats from every league around Europe constantly. So I've got a fair idea of what to expect, as much as anyone can. Now, the bottom three, I've gone with Fulham, West Brom and Aston Villa. Not necessarily in that order, but roughly. The Arsenal game is no reflection on that Fulham decision, by the way. I actually had Fulham to finish bottom of the league anyway before the game even started. I did all this last night. Fulham have made a couple of signings here or there. Not too bad in terms of Areola, good goalkeeper. Ola Aina, I like him a lot, but I don't think it's going to be enough. West Brom, pretty much exactly the same. Aston Villa were lucky last season to stay up. They've bought Ollie Watkins, which is a good purchase. They've made a couple of other signings here or there, but nothing crazy just yet. There is, of course, 3 weeks left of the transfer window, so who knows? But if Jack Grealish does end up leaving, I'm not saying it's looking possible or likely, but it is possible. He could go to Man United if they fail in Sancho. So if Jack Grealish does leave, I think Villa could be in real trouble. With that being said, let's move on. We've got Leeds, Brighton, Sheffield United, Newcastle, West Ham United, Crystal Palace and Burnley. Now, I'm going to have a look at the last season's table just to give myself an idea as to where those teams finish. So Sheffield United down from 9th to 15th. I think they're going to miss Henderson in goal massively. I'm not saying he's the only reason they finished as high up the table as they did, but he had a massive hand, pun intended, to play in that. And I think that they are going to suffer from second season syndrome. Ipswich suffered from it years ago. They got promoted, they finished 5th in their first season, and they got relegated bottom of the league the season after. Because it's just what happens. They get maybe a little bit comfortable, maybe the players are expecting, we're not relegation candidates, we finished 9th, we'll be fine. And then bang, you struggle. I honestly do expect them to struggle. Now, Leeds, they made a couple of good signings, Rodrigo being one of them, a couple of other players. They're linked with everyone around the globe. I don't know. I still think they could struggle. Not necessarily against Liverpool in the first game. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm worried about that fixture, but we'll see. Rest of it is pretty straightforward. It depends what Crystal Palace do with regards to Wilfried Zaha. If they can keep him, and with Batshuayi in the team as well as Ayew and a few other players, then who knows, Palace could do quite well. But if they do end up losing Zaha to the likes of Everton, which is predicted, then maybe a couple of places down on where they are. But I don't know why. I've got a funny feeling Crystal Palace could do not well, but okay this season. They finished 14th last season. So who knows. Let's move up the table a little bit. Southampton in 10th. They finished 11th last season, so I am predicting a one better. Basically, Burnley and Southampton switching places. Any real reason for that? Not particularly. It could go the other way. Southampton 11th, Burnley 10th again, and I wouldn't bat an eyelid. We've gone for Leicester in 9th. They finished 5th last season, so a big slip for them. And the reason I feel like they may drop down is just because the teams that I've placed above them have strengthened. Whereas Leicester have lost Chilwell, and they haven't really gone out and replaced the likes of Mahrez from a few seasons ago. Chilwell hasn't been replaced with anyone of the same calibre. So I do worry a little bit about Leicester. Let me go and have a look to see who they've signed this window. So they've brought in Castagna, who is a right back from Atalanta. That's actually a good signing. Who else have they brought in? They've got Adrian... Wait, no, he's gone back. Yeah, that's it. That's all they've done. That's literally the only signing they've made so far. So I say so far because, like I said, the window has a good few weeks left in it yet. I think it's October the 4th. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Timothy Castagna is a great signing. They need more than that. Not just to replace Chilwell, but they need more than that to kick on because everyone else around them has now strengthened. And we're going to talk about Everton, who I've got to finish in 8th. Last season, Everton were in 12th. They've brought in Alan Decora, James Rodriguez. There's talks of Wilfred Zaha as well. I think that, I mean, with their manager as well being as good as he is, and they want to maybe get Tomori on loan from Chelsea, that could be a really good team next season. Of course, they're going to take time to gel. I don't think they're going to break into the European places, but I think they're going to do much better this season than they did last season. Wolves are a good side anyway. We know that. So I think Wolves in 7th, pretty much where they finished last season, is fair. Then Arsenal. Arsenal showed today against, okay, fair enough, newly promoted Fulham, who I have at the bottom of the league, but they've shown with Willian as well, who was integrated into that side straight away, that they could pose a threat to the top 4. Again, with everyone above them being either already better or strengthening, I do question whether Arsenal will have the longevity to be able to press into that top 4, but I think they'll give Tottenham a good run for their money this season. Speaking of Tottenham, we have them in 5th. Last season they finished 6th, with Leicester dropping down in my estimation. Tottenham making a signing of Højbjerg. They've got a couple of other players on the go as well. I think, again, with Mourinho's philosophies being integrated, I think Tottenham could maybe kick on just to do one better, literally 3 points better than they were last season. Then we get into the top 4. So Chelsea. Why do I have Chelsea in 4th and not at the top of the Premier League when they've bought half of Europe? It's very much like when Chelsea first got the money. You know, when Abramovich first came in, and he came in and he bought Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and a few other players, Ida Johnson, a few other players that came in there. It took time. It took time to gel because he brought in so many players, and they've done that again this season. They've got that the Chilwell signing, Timo Werner, Hakim, what is it, his name? Hakim Ziyech? Ziyech has come in, Havertz has come in. They've brought in a lot of players, right? They've bought a lot of people. They're not done yet either. They're still looking to bring in Mendy, the goalkeeper. So it's going to take time for all of them to gel together. We know Havertz and Werner have worked together for Germany, so there's that. But you know, you have to sort of bring everyone else into that as well. So it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So I think they'll do well this season. They will be a very tough outfit to beat, but 4th is my prediction. Now, top 3, Man United, Liverpool, Man City. Man United, I think, are going to do quite well this season. They've brought in Donny van de Beek, however you say his name. He'll do well. Bruno Fernandes, first official season, full season. I think that's going to go down well. Martial has proved himself to be a great striker. Rashford is good. We know that. Greenwood has done well in his sort of first breakout season. If they can get Sancho, then who knows? But if they don't get Sancho and they maybe go after someone like Jack Grealish, I think they'll still do really well. And who knows? They could finish 3rd. They could go one better. But I think 3rd is a solid position for Man United. Liverpool and Man City are 2 teams that you would have expected so far to have gone out and strengthened heavily. Neither side has done that, which is very surprising, especially in terms of Manchester City, because they have the money. But they haven't. They've gone out and bought Nathan Ake. I don't think they've bought anyone else. I'm going to just double check it, just so that I'm not talking absolute nonsense. So, Ferran Torres, that's it. Ferran Torres and Nathan Ake are the only 2 signings they've made that aren't just sort of youth players coming in just to sort of see if we can find the next, you know, insert big name here. But, you know, for as good as Ferran Torres is, how much game time is he going to get? Nathan Ake will get game time back up as well, so no more Fernandinho at centre-back. But is that going to push on and allow them to be champions? I'm not sure. But then Liverpool have done even worse than that. Liverpool have signed to Tsimikas, however you say his name, backup left-back, essentially. That's it. Backup left-back. So, I don't know. I think Liverpool are going to not be as good as they were last year. Now, I am a Liverpool fan, so I'm hoping they're even better than they were last year and they go unbeaten this season. I just don't think we're capable of doing that, and I do worry this season that we're not going to be anywhere near as good as last year. So I'm going to put Liverpool in 2nd and Manchester City to win the league. Because Manchester City is still a very good outfit, regardless of whether they've bought anyone or not. If they can keep their centre-backs fit, then there's every reason to expect them to go on and win the Premier League. That is going to be my prediction. Now, I said at the very beginning, one place here or there could be the difference. So, for example, Palace may very well finish in 14th. and West Ham could finish 12th, Newcastle in 13th. But in and around is where I expect every team there to finish. Give or take 1 or 2 places. Apart from the top 4, I think the top 4, in my opinion, is how it's going to finish. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope Liverpool finish top of the tree. I don't really care what happens thereafter. I would like to see Everton do well. I know I'm a Liverpool fan, and I shouldn't really like Everton and laugh at them and whatever, but I don't know. I like to see them do well. I don't know. Call me a weird Liverpool fan all you want, or plastic or whatever, but I've been a Liverpool fan for 30 years. So, you know, I've never had a wavering moment where I thought maybe I'll stop supporting them now because they do my head in, or because they're not winning I'll move to... I've never even considered it. I am through and through Liverpool, so it is what it is. But I don't know why. I just want to see Everton do quite well this season. Not as well as Liverpool, obviously, and I wouldn't want to see them finish second in the league. But yeah, I hope they kick on and do reasonably well. I'd like to see Southampton do better than last season as well. I know I have them a place down, but a place up, but I would like to see them break up even further. But I think they're going to need to sign a couple more players here or there in order to do that. But there we go. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Try not to be offended if you support Leeds or Brighton or Sheffield United. I'm just looking at stats and who people have signed so far, and at the moment, that's how I see it going. Will I feel different in 2 or 3 weeks' time? Quite possibly, but maybe we'll revisit it then. If you have enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.